During my senior year, I had the opportunity to kind of deep dive into an area of study that I had been pursuing during my time at Ohio State. I had taken a number of courses in American constitutional history. I had taken them with Professor Stebbin, and during my senior year, I had the opportunity to do a thesis with him, and I chose to kind of explore that area a little bit more. Specifically, I researched state Supreme Courts and the history of their involvement with religious liberty cases and religion in public schools in general since the 1960s. And so that really allowed me to explore American history at large and also explore a little bit of my interest in American law and American administrative and in American constitutional law. And so through my thesis, I was really able to improve my reading skills, my writing skills. With the professor, they are constantly helping you edit your writing, helping you think more about the research you did. And so it almost is just like pouring kind of gasoline on the fire in terms of improving your skills as a history major. And so as I go on to be a law student, the skills I gained during my thesis in terms of becoming a better reader, becoming more analytical in the research that I'm evaluating, and becoming a more clear and intent writer we're all kind of nourished by the thesis experience that I had. Oftentimes when students think about research, they can overanalyze exactly the topic they need to look more into or need to pursue. I've found not only in my own experience, but with other students I've seen as well, that the best research comes organically. I think the best way to pursue research is to take an area that you found really interesting. Maybe you had a particular class that was very enjoyable for you, and maybe there was a particular topic within that class that you found very, very interesting. Maybe you went to office hours and naturally wanted to talk to the professor about that area. And so that is a really good sign that maybe it's a perfect topic for you to pursue further. And the professors at Ohio State and the professors in the history department specifically are very, very interested and gracious in helping students academically and in particular with research and research topics. So if there is an area that you're thinking about pursuing, even if it's at a very early stage, definitely go to office hours, talk to your professor about it, and it's at least good that they know that you are looking for an area to explore more. So my thesis was a history of state Supreme Courts, religion, and public schools since Engel v. Vattel. And I did my thesis under the supervision of Dr. David Stebbin. And my thesis looked at a number of different state Supreme Court cases regarding religion and public schools and religious liberty generally, since the case Engel v. Vattel all the way to present day. My research came from a number of different sources. I looked at primary sources looking at laws and past cases in particular states. I also looked at secondary sources, looking at law journals that discussed cases, looking at books where authors discuss religious liberty and religion in public schools as a topic. And so my research really made use of both secondary sources that analyzed the issue at large and also primary sources involving the particular area that I was looking at, the state Supreme Courts I was looking at, and specifically cases over the time period that my research looked at. Due to the coronavirus, I wasn't able to travel to all the different places to do archival research that I had wanted to do, but I was able to do some in Ohio, and I was able to still gain a lot of primary documents or secondary documents that I needed by calling or doing some extra legwork to find whatever I needed in a digital format. So I was still able to do my research ultimately, but there were some different logistics I had to overcome due to the coronavirus situation. One of the other things that is very valuable regarding doing a thesis is that it really lets you build a relationship with a professor who can then speak to your abilities in a way they otherwise wouldn't be able to. And so when you're doing a thesis, you're constantly working with a professor who is improving your writing, helping you think about your research and your research topic and the way you want to communicate the positions you're making in your arguments and in your evaluation. Ultimately, whatever path you're pursuing after your undergraduate education, it's always really good to have someone in your corner who can give a very detailed and positive account of your abilities and of some of your accomplishments, and a thesis being a very big one.